In this video, we'll go over the SQL Where Exists clause. The Where Exists test for existence of any records in a subquery. The exists returns true if the subquery returns one or more records. So the syntax for the exists is select your column name from your table name where exists, and then you write your subquery. Let's try to write an example of a where exists query. We're going to use the customer table, and we're going to take customer ID and store ID from customer C, where exists and we're going to move to the next line. And we're going to try to find a store ID from the store table. And we're going to close that, and that's going to be our query. We know that this store ID and customer ID join on this business entity ID. So we're going to see if this store ID exists in the business entity ID. So we're going to execute, and we get 19,820 rows, which is all the rows in the customer table. Now let's do something a little different. We'll try to filter the results where see that store ID equals s dot and less than 350. And now we get back 57 rows because we took out some of the entity IDs that would be returned in this table. Take this out. And so this is basically performing the inner join. Right now, if we go and look in the customer table, we have store values with null So what we're doing here is we're performing inner join to take out the nulls between the tables. So here, when we ran it previously, it would just bring back everything. But now our list is filtered down so we don't have the nulls. So you need to add this in here to get rid of the nulls if you're going to do this query, or find some other workaround. But usually performing an inner join between the tables will help you filter out the nulls. So see, if we take this back out, we're just getting back all the results. Add back in our other filter. We had below 350. So now the store ID is lower, and we could even do, let's say we can write the in, and let's pick the first 348, 306, and 304. And add back in parenthesis. And so you see now we're getting back all the IDs with 348, 306, and 304. But some customers, there's 2 customers to 1 store in some cases. But they're coming in customer ID. They're ordering by customer ID. Also, for your columns that you choose in your subquery, you don't need to choose the exact matching column. You can choose any column from that table. So I could select name, query work, person ID, query work. It's just looking for the rows to come back matching. And that is it for Where Exists clause.